This wooden tub has been in my stash for about 1.5 years now, so it is definitely time I did something with it. I thought it would make a great storage for towels in the guest bedroom. First job was to take off this rope from around the top. It came off really easily. It was only held on with these thin strips of wicker maybe? Whatever that is, it just snipped away and I've kept the rope for another project. Never waste a good bit of rope. Now at this point, I didn't really have a plan. All I knew was that I wanted to use it for towel storage in the guest bedroom. So I just gave it a coat of the dusky blue paint that I'd already used on other bits in the room. So I just thought it would tie in nicely and started by painting it blue. The top edge looked a little bit uneven after taking the rope off, so to cover that up I made a little trim out of air dry clay and glued it around the top edge with wood glue. Once that was on, I filled the little gaps between each section with slip, which is just clay mixed with a bit of water, and it works great for smoothing out clay or filling in small gaps. Next I decided to add some handles. There was a small damaged section I'd hoped to be able to hide at the back, but that would have left me with a seam right down the front. So instead I placed the joins and the damaged area at the sides, and fingers crossed I can disguise it with a bit more clay. I marked where the handles would need to go, and well done if you've noticed that the colours changed. Yes, I've painted the whole thing white now. What can I say, I changed my mind about the blue. Then it was time for more clay trim. I found the centre of the front and added moulding trim along the bottom edge and just under the top edge to cover the holes that were left from the rope. I added a bit more clay near the handles to cover the damaged area, then blended everything together with more slip so that it all looked like one continuous mould. And I've changed my mind again. If you've been with me for a while, then you'll know that this is me. I start off in one direction and then end up somewhere completely different, especially when I'm making things up as I go, which I am definitely doing with this one. That's all part of the fun though. And the great thing with paint is if you change your mind, it's a really quick and easy fix. So it's now grey, 2 coats, and this time I promise I'm sticking with it. Once the paint was dry, I added these pretty transfers to the sides. They're really easy to use. You just cut them to size, take away the backing, place them down and rub with the little stick that comes with them. If any bits don't stick, you just rub them a bit more and then peel away the clear sheet. I put these all along the front and the back to give it a really pretty look. To seal it all, I brushed on some white wax over the paint, the moulds, the transfers, the whole thing, just over everything. I think it gives it a really pretty look as well. For the handles, I wanted them silver, so a little bit of rub and buff did the trick. Once that was dry, I screwed them in place, and of course the screws poked right the way through to the inside of the tub. So I just popped some little white caps over the sharp ends to cover them up. Now to finish the inside with fabric. The fabric is actually an old duvet cover my daughter got air dye on, so a bonus bit of upcycling from my stash. I drew around the base to get my circle piece and cut a long strip to go around the sides. I hot glued the side piece to the base piece, right sides facing. I then flipped it over and glued around the edge again to make a nice neat folded seam. I don't think this was totally necessary, but for some reason that's what I did. Then I glued the fabric inside the tub, first at the bottom and then around the top edge. And as a last touch, I glued some braid around the top edge of the fabric just to give it that nice finished look. So let's have a reminder and see it then. And let's see it now. I must admit I was concerned at times as to how this one was going to turn out, especially with how indecisive I was, but I love it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I hope this gives you some inspiration to dig through your own stash and see what you can transform. Don't forget to give this video the thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my upcycle projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.